In order to take away my belongings, my fiancé falsely claimed that I had a terminal illness and plotted to harm me during surgery. After being given a second chance at life, to avoid the fate of being harmed by my fiancé, I decisively chose to marry an unconscious man. But I never expected I could hear his inner thoughts. I escaped the operating room into a luxurious hospital room where only an unconscious man lay. While I was feeling relieved about avoiding the operating room, I didn't realize that my fiancé's men coming after me to take me back. In the nick of time, a woman walked in with a warm smile on her face. "You must be Ms. Edwards. I'm Gloria Kingsley." My heart raced at the sudden introduction. "Mrs. Kingsley, it's a pleasure to meet you," I stammered, my thoughts spinning. She looked so kind. Could she be my savior? I clung to the hope. "Mrs. Kingsley, please help me." Gloria's smile softened, but her words carried a troubling weight. "Amelia, a surgery like this requires family consent. Your parents signed the papers, didn't they? That means they will protect you, even if I help you today. What about tomorrow?" Every word she said was like a knife twisting in my heart. My thoughts kept spiraling. Even if I escaped the hospital today, so what? I was alone. I had no one to turn to. How long could I survive like this? "Ms. Edwards," Gloria continued with a thoughtful smile, "I may have a solution, but the choice is yours." My head snapped up. "What solution?" I asked. "Marry my son and become part of the Kingsley family." "What?" I was stunned. Gloria smiled and explained, "Although my son is in a coma, there's no telling when he might wake up. Even if he doesn't, our family has enough wealth and influence to ensure you live a secure and comfortable life. With our protection, do you think your fiancé, Zachary, would dare harm you?" My mind raced, weighing my options, and I finally nodded. My voice was steady. "I'll do it. I won't allow it," came a low, growling voice in my head. I jumped in shock and quickly turned to the bed. Was he awake? Landon lay there, motionless, as though lost in a dream. I frowned in confusion. Why could I hear him? I hesitated and asked in a whisper, "Did anyone hear Landon just now?" "Of course not," Gloria replied, shaking her head with a puzzled look. Everyone around me seemed confused. "Ms. Edwards, comatose patients don't talk," Aaron said carefully, as though he thought I was in shock. I frowned, trying to make sense of it all. It was strange that I seemed to be the only one who could hear Landon's voice. "Have the doctor check on Landon," Gloria instructed Aaron before turning to me. Her tone was warm but firm. "Ms. Edwards, please provide your identifying information so we can start the marriage process." "Now?" I blinked rapidly in confusion. "Marry someone in a coma?" "Don't worry about the paperwork," Gloria said gently. "Aaron will handle everything. For now, you're coming home with me. It's time you get familiar with your new home." "Oh, okay," I replied, following Gloria, my heart still racing. Just as we reached the door, an unmistakable growl echoed in my head. "Amelia, stop." I froze mid-step. Gloria looked at me with concern. "What's wrong?" My voice trembled. "Did you just hear something?" If I had thought the sound earlier was my imagination, this time it felt far too real. "No, nothing," Gloria replied, looking around suspiciously. "Aaron, did you hear anything?" Aaron shook his head firmly. "Amelia, get me out of this hospital," the voice in my head demanded, sharper and angrier. Finally, it dawned on me. This wasn't a hallucination. I could hear Landon's thoughts. "Oh my God," I thought. Was this real? Did I somehow gain a supernatural ability after being given a second chance? I celebrated silently, trying to keep my expression neutral. "This is